that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is purely a revision session. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Dr. Joshua Aura. I teach financial management, advanced financial reporting at RCM Online College. I believe, of course, at the end of the day that the studies which are more effective, the training which is more effective is online. Through online, we are able to, of course, teach you using Zoom and OTR and videos. These Zoom classes are recorded, and then, of course, we share with you immediately after the class. So it's effective that way. So I would want us to start our revision by looking at this topic, which is quite popular in your exams, what we call business asset valuation models. Business asset valuation models. And I would want us to start with December 2022, question number 2A. December 2022, question number 2A. December 2022, question number 2A. Once you get it, could you kindly put a thumbs up? Once you get it, could you kindly put a thumbs up as a signal that we are on the same boat, ready to sail through. So December 22, December 2022, question number 2A, question number 2A. Once you get it, you can very simply put some thumbs up there, or you simply write Y for yes. Y for yes. Once you mention Y for yes, then I should be able to really hit the truck running as fast as I can, because time is of essence now. Time is of essence. Time is of essence. So have we gotten the question? So according to Leonard Domoiter, we already have the question. Let me get those assurances from like three students. Intermediate level. This is intermediate level financial management. Intermediate level financial management. Eliezer, yes. And I'm so happy because I can now see we have hit 50. 50 is almost my age. So I'm happy at least. But we can still do better. We can still do better. So have we gotten the question? I proceed, sir. Uda. Mayeku, yes. So then I shall be able to read. And of course, for those of you who have already bought our RCM revision kits, you can simply go to page number 42. You can simply go to page number 42. Our revision kits are very updated. So in this case here, December 2022, question number 2A. Question number 2A. This being a free of charge class, I'm so sure there could be somebody who wants to make an inquiry. That is our number. That's our number. So we are told there, DOPCO Limited has provided the following summary of statement of financial position for the year ended 30th September 2022. So I can see my balance sheet there, my statement of financial position there. And then I will only do part one. Today I'll only do part one because part two is theory. And the theory, I prefer lumping many theories together. And then we do them in a single or even two sessions because theories are very important. You cannot pass financial management if you're not thorough with theory. So you're told here, the financial statement is there. So Roman 1, determine the value of each ordinary share using the net asset value basis, using what we call the NAV, the NAV. So then how do we get NAV? Remember NAV, basically net assets value, you take total assets, you subtract any fake asset. Fake assets to us here will be the intangible assets. So you subtract in this case here intangible assets, and these intangible assets, good examples are like goodwill, things like patents, trademarks, etc. You must always subtract intangible assets from total assets. And then it doesn't stop there. After subtract these intangible assets, you will go straight away and subtract all liabilities. So you'll come here and subtract current liabilities, and then of course, lastly, we have here minus what here, non-current liabilities. So ladies and gentlemen, the moment you write this net assets value equation, Could you kindly again mention there why for yes? Once you write the NAV, very important formula tonight. NAV, net assets value. Please don't forget this formula. Net assets value. Thank you so much. So then in this particular case, what I will do, I will go to my statement of financial position and pick the total assets figure. So when I look around, I'm able to see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm able to see in my statement of financial position, I can see non-current assets, and then I can see current assets. So the total assets, ladies and gentlemen, the total assets here will be equal to, we have the non-current assets. They're coming to 560,000, plus in this case here, the current assets of 320,000, like that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, for me to get total assets, what I've done, I've taken the non-current assets, and I can really see them there. They are freehold land and buildings. We have plant and machinery. We have equipment. Then we have a goodwill of 40. So if you add all those, you will end up getting 560,000. It doesn't stop there. I want the total assets, both current and non-current. Non-current is what I've been able to get here. Non-current is what I've been able to get as 560,000. So plus the current assets that I'm able to see boldly written there, where we have inventory, we have trade receivables, we have short-term investments, and then we have got cash. So if you add that, of course, you'll be able to see it coming to 320,000. Ladies and gentlemen, after I do this, I'll continue with this journey. I'll come and say minus any fake asset that we have. Any asset that you can't touch, the goodwill, the patents, the trademarks. Do we have any intangible asset in this question? When you look at your non-current assets, do we have any intangible asset? Yes, and the name there is goodwill. So that has to be deducted. That has to be deducted. So minus 40,000. Minus, be very keen here. Now we are looking at the current liabilities. Go to your statement of financial position where you are able to see the current liabilities. I can see there are 3 of them. Current liabilities, I can see trade payables. I can see taxation. I can see proposed ordinary share dividends. There are 3. When you take them up, 120 plus 40 plus 40, I'm getting 200,000. So minus 200,000, minus 200,000, and then now minus the non-current liability. So go to the non-current liabilities section. You'll be able to see the non-current liabilities really. So the non-current liabilities that I'm able to see there, I can see long-term bonds. I can see long-term bonds of 120. I can actually even come and combine here for purpose of understanding. I can see the bonds there of 120,000. Do I have any other non-current asset? Non-current liability, I mean, there is a deferred taxation long-term liability. Deferred taxation long-term liability, I can see a figure of 20,000. 20,000. 20,000. What else am I able to see, ladies and gentlemen? Ordinary shares, I cannot bring ordinary shares here. I can't bring reserves here because they belong to ordinary shareholders. We cannot bring them here. However, anytime you see preference shares anywhere, preference shares nowadays are categorized under long-term liabilities. Preference shareholders, we owe them. Whether we are making losses or not, or profits, preference shareholders are normally paid a constant return. And that is why the current finance groups all preference share capital under what year? Non-current liabilities. So the non-current liabilities, I must pick up the 6% preference shares of 100,000, over 100, so plus 100,000, plus 100,000. So ladies and gentlemen, here you have to be very keen. You must be very keen. So could you kindly just go using your great calculator? Is there anybody who can give me the net asset value? Because they want me to use the net asset value. Is there anybody who can give me the net asset value? If I were you, I would use body mass. I would come here and get the total assets first. And then I say minus 40,000, minus 200,000, minus, then I put brackets. I must put brackets here, or I get this consolidated figure. I must put brackets here. So 120,000 plus 20,000 plus 100,000, you close. And then you give me an answer. Hey, you guys talk to me. Guys, talk to me. Guys, talk to me. Guys, talk to me. Talk to me. I'm not seeing anybody talking to me really in terms of net assets value. So as I wait for you guys to give me a figure whenever, and we'll be getting this in the advanced financial management level, whenever you hear of net assets value, please, net assets value stands for total assets minus any intangible assets minus current liabilities minus non-current liability, not forgetting that if you have got preference share capital, the preference share capital must always be grouped together with non-current liabilities. So according to Mahabub, my friend, 400,000 is the net assets value, is a net assets value. So this is so important. I will have to draw the attention of the examiner to my figure by double underlining it, So after I get the net assets value, the next thing that I need is what we call the nose. The nose in this case is standing for number of ordinary shares, So I would want somebody to go ahead from that statement of financial position and give us the number of ordinary shares. I would want to see whether there is anybody who will be able to give me this number of ordinary shares from the statement of financial position, from the balance sheet given there. Is there anybody who will be able to give us the number of ordinary shares really? Is there anybody who will be able to give us number of ordinary shares really? Number of ordinary shares. They're saying it's 16,000. These guys are very bright because they have known that for us to be able to get number of ordinary shares from a balance sheet, what we need to do is to come and take the amount or the capital given. You divide this by what year? You divide this by the par value. So give us the ordinary share capital. In this question, you can see the ordinary share capital. In this question, the ordinary share capital is 160,000. So it is 160,000. 160,000 divided by 10. 10 is the par value, the one that is given there, the one that is ordinary shares of shillings 10. Ordinary shares of shillings 10. All right. So they're giving me a figure of 16,000. And then now, ladies and gentlemen, once I get this, then I'm at home. The last step, I will come here and provide the net assets value per share. The net assets value per share, which will be my intrinsic value, my calculated price value of a share. So this is the same as price per share. So the net asset value that we got here in total was 400,000. So I'll come and divide this by the number of, I'll come and divide this 400,000 by the nose. We divide this by the nose, and the nose is 16,000. So are you able to give me this figure? Are you able to give me this final figure? So Ronaldo is giving me a figure of what year? Is it 1,600? Is the figure 1,600 or 160,000? 16,000. Ronaldo, no. Remember the par value. The par value is 10, not 100. The par value is 10. So if you take 160,000 divided by 10, if you take 160,000 divided by 10 is 16,000. Ronaldo Buana. So then this gives us what here, somebody? This gives us a cool shillings 25 per share. So this gives us a cool shillings 25 per share. This gives us shillings 25 per share. I will be uploading this video on my YouTube channel. And once in this case here, you get to see that video, please ensure that you subscribe to my channel, because there are questions that I'll be doing and putting them straight away to that channel. If you are not a subscribed member, then you'll not be able to get that notification. And of course, ring that bell on YouTube is very important for you to receive any notification. So please always remember to promote your Mwalimu by doing what here, by subscribing, and if possible, put a thumbs up, because I can see here in Zoom, you don't know how to put thumbs up. So in YouTube, you should be able to know how to put the thumbs up and even write a great comment that Mwalimu, you've done this question of December 2022. If you have any other question that you want Mwalimu to do, you address it there. Then I'll be able to pick this up and then I'll be able to do. If you allow me, ladies and gentlemen, then I will be able to go straight away to August 2022, April 2022, question number 1, dog. Question number 1, dog. So April 2022, question number 1, dog. Question number 1, dog. So this is a very important question. Question number 1, dog. And if you're interested in it, could you kindly just watch my next clip on YouTube?